Welcome to the post-game show. We're lucky to have with us Coach Dembowski. And Coach, you're just telling me a little bit about how hard the guys have been working in practice.
In practice, we try to make it competitive because we have a lot of guys in different spots that are fighting for jobs each day. So there's a rotation piece, and then from there, we bring out a little music. So we got a little old school rock and roll going. It's loud. They got to learn how to communicate. They got to learn how to deal with distractions. And when you win a couple games, it's a lot easier to go to work on Monday and Tuesday instead of after. We've been in some bad losses, and now we're played some tough games. Belmont was. We talked to the reporter on Thursday. They're a heck of a football team. They got probably a little bit more team speed than us. We played pretty well on defense for the fourth week in a row. We still got to make some cleanups. Offensively, we're still not hitting our stride yet because we like to throw the ball a little bit more and be more balanced. So we got to keep working on some of those things in practice. But when you have a D-line with Aria and Mike Sirignano and those guys who don't play on offense, they're coming at the O-line full speed almost every play. So it makes the tempo easier when we come out to the game field. And they're starting to understand that.
They are, and tell me a little bit about Gibbons today. You know, he got a penalty called back, but I really thought I was impressed with his perseverance, how he stuck with it and didn't get down on himself.
Well, again, Jimmy was part of the state championship lacrosse team, so they went through a lot of different things, and some of those guys, we have him and 4 or 5 other guys on the team that have state title rings, so they know, okay, hey, it's not always going to go a certain way, but at the end of the year, where you at? So, yeah, it's frustrating when those things happen, but you know what? The O-line practices, the receiver who, you know, we got to work on the blocking better, all those pieces, and he got his chance again, right? So if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to get his opportunities. So it's fun.
Absolutely. And now 4-0 for the first time. I believe it's 19 years. I'm not really sure. For somewhere like that. It's been a long time. So now, okay. So how do we get better while we're having success?
Well, we know Wakefield played Burlington earlier today at 4:30, and I think they beat Burlington like 30-7 or something. So, and Wakefield beat these guys, Belmont. So it's going to be easy to say, hey boys, here we go. They just beat a really good Burlington team, and they beat Belmont a couple weeks ago. So if you're not ready to roll, the fun and all those things, because we got to go to their place Friday night, so we got to be ready. We'll look at the film starting, over the weekend with those guys, and we'll see what they got. I saw the Belmont game because we got in an exchange, and they got some big dudes. They got a couple big D linemen, so we got our hands full, and they're running the wing T and a bunch of different things. So we'll be ready. Now, it's hard to emulate some of the things they do in practice. Now we got to get the scout look guys to go too.
Yeah, so it's going to be a team effort. Coach, I was really impressed with your team tonight, and I've been impressed with how your team is disciplined and the way you work them. So I'm glad we finally get to meet, and we look forward to seeing you again this year, okay? All right. So that's going to be it for us here at Winchester. The final score, 19-7. It was a spirited game. Both teams really played well. I thought that the second half belonged to Winchester, who made a few more plays than Belmont did. But as you heard Coach Dembowski, he's got all the respect in the world for Belmont. It's on to now to Winchester for this team. For Belmont, it's back to the drawing board, but certainly, with the kind of coaching they have and the kind of positivity that they have in their coaching staff, I look for better things. Moving on down the line, I certainly wouldn't want to be facing an 0-3 Belmont team next week. So we had a lot of fun here tonight. A little bit cold, as many people found out the hard way tonight, but. So our final here, 19-7. Winchester goes to 4-0 for the first time in 20 years. So that's a big deal. So for Adriana Zwick, I'm Scott Zwick saying bing, bang, boom.